And welcome to a video, and today I'm going to be going over my games on how I got to 800 trophy Rico and going over tips and tricks on how to get to 800 trophy Rico. And I'm going to be going over Rico's stats and which star power I used during this push to get me to 800 trophies. So let's get into that. Okay, so Rico has 3,920 health, making him a really squishy brawler. This is very difficult for him because he can get almost one-shotted by a lot of brawlers, so you really have to keep that in mind that he's not a tank, but he does a lot of damage with his super, and if you're using super bouncy, that could be very good. The star power that I use for this push, I use Robo Retreat. When he falls below 40% health, he runs 34% faster. Now this star power is really good because you can use the speed to push up and get the safe, or you can retreat and get out of a situation and not die, heal up, and then kill, and then take away the safe. It's a really good star power in my opinion. Super Bouncy also is really good, and it works on this map that I'm pushing on, and the map that I'm pushing on is Hot Potato. It works so good in mid, and it bounces longer, and it does more damage, and it actually can kill a lot more people than you think. So if you're using Super Bouncy, it's still good, but I chose Robo Retreat over Super Bouncy for the speed. This gadget multi-ball launcher shoots a bunch of bullets in every direction, and this is really good to be using on the safe with the super, or you can use this gadget to kill people far away or even push them away from you so you can have more time to heal. I use this on the safe. Also, if someone's pushing me, I use it. We've gone over all his stats, star power, and gadget that I'll be using for this push. Let's get straight into the first game, and I'm pretty much going to talk over and show what I was doing and the tips that you should be doing. Okay, so starting off with the first game, we have a BB and a Bull on our team. Now Rico is a really good mid, and he's also a really good lane, so Bull takes mid here as I take lane over here, help him. So pretty much what you're gonna do is you're pretty much gonna use the walls to your advantage. This is where Super Bouncy also comes into play. Is really good on this map with those walls, and it could take out people. Now as you can see, I used the gadget just to push away the Colt from getting near me and full clipping me. I do go down here, but at least I take away the Colt, which would have taken out Bull if I didn't. As you can see, we got team wiped here, but still using the walls to my advantage and using my super to take out the people here. And I'm focusing on the bear right here, and really our main goal is just do as much damage as safe and also back away anybody coming up. Now Colt was destroying our walls this game, which is really bad. We took him out super, and I used the gadget just to do as much damage and finish off this Nita here with the Jessie still putting down her turret there. This is going to be a victory for us right here as we were defending really well. And let's get into the next game. Okay, hopping into the next game, we have a Tick and a Dynamite on this game. Now, I thought we were going to lose because, you know, two throwers in your team isn't really that good, but we did end up winning this game. As you can see, we're using the walls for advantage once again, but Cole is breaking up the walls. Another good thing with Cole is opening up the map. Use my super right there, and I try to help the Dyna, but he takes it. I use the gadget, and as you can see, Robo Retreat. I used Robo Retreat here, and I ended up killing from the mobility there. That's a nice stick with the gadget. But we're here taking out the safe. As you can see, the Rico starts spinning after realizing he lost, but the Dyna is just double jumping, flexing. But that's really it for this game, is just use the walls to your advantage. This was a really quick game, and that's how we win. So now we're gonna hop into the third game. So hopping in on the third game here, and we keep sticking to lanes here, but they have a Jessie, a Dynamite, and Edgar, and Jessie is really good in heist, especially with that turret. It does so much damage here. As you can see, I use the gadget, but it doesn't really kill the Edgar. You know, he's way too focused on me when he should be focused on the safe, because we are doing a lot of damage while he isn't doing any damage because I'm doing really good at defending. And as you can see here, Robo Retreat does help me dodge the dynamite really good here. And with the Robo Retreat, I outrun the Edgar and just go here. As you can see, I use the gadget on the safe, and it does a lot of damage to the safe. Here I go down because of the Edgar super. It does a lot of damage to me, 1000. And it just finishes off the safe just like that. And now we head on to the fourth game. Alright, so hopping in the fourth game, we still are sticking to lanes. That's very important to stick to your lane, but the other team has a Rico with Super Bouncy, a Bull, and a Colette. Now, Super Bouncy does reach far, but I don't think we're going to get a good example on Super Bouncy in this game, because I do think we don't get killed by the Rico here. But, as you see, I'm checking, and I use my Super, and as you can see, the Super does reach the whole lane of mid on their side, so that's why Rico is really good on this map. He's probably one of the best mid with 8-bit. I do end up getting taken out by the Bull here, and they do end up taking a lot of damage, but we're doing a lot more. As you see, we're winning, and I do take out the Bull, and the Colette's still alive, but I end up defending really good, so she doesn't get any hits on, and we end up winning. So that's match 4. Now let's head on to the 5th match. Alright, on to the 5th match here. On their team, they have an Edgar, Nita, and Colt on their team. A really good comp, because if Nita gets her Hyper Bear on the safe and it's left alone, we could lose. But as you can see, I'm just helping the Jessie with lane, but we both end up going down by this Edgar, but Jessie ends up taking out the Edgar, but ends up feeding the Nita a lot, but she doesn't get her super, so that's really good. I end up trying to kill the Nita with my gadget, and it doesn't really work. The Nita has Hyper Bear, but I kill her, and I miss my super here, but I know that the Edgar's in there, as you can see, and the Edgar is taken out. I end up getting taken out by the Colt full clip, and then he destroys our wall. You know, check mid, but at least he destroyed the grass as well, so they can't sneak up. The tick is doing a lot of damage as the Colt can't get it, but he ends up getting it, and ends up taking the Colt here with my gadget, and the turn goes off safe. I pull on my super, and here you can see why Robo Retreat is really good. As you can see, that Edgar was not able to kill me, and I'm able to finish off the Edgar, and we end up winning just like that, and Robo Retreat really saved my life. So let's get on to game number 6. Okay, so heading into game number 6 here, on the enemy team they have an Edgar, BB, and Jessie. Jessie and BB is like a really good combo, because BB is really tanky, and with that gadget, she really does a lot of damage, especially with her bubble. So you gotta be careful on the BB. I do go down here by the Edgar, but the tick does use his gadget, but it ends up going on. They're all in the safe here, but I do end up taking out both of them, so that's really good. That Jessie, hopefully that tick can take care of it, but he just leaves it pretty good because she doesn't have her super. I use my super there to take out the safe, and we're all unloading on the safe right here. Still, that BB recovered all health because of that gadget. That gadget is really good, but then Jessie takes out the safe with her turn. So that wraps up game number 6. So now let's get into game number 7. Alright, so game number 9 here. We ended up losing the other 2, but that's alright. So the enemy team has a Colette, Spike, and Bull. Spike and Bull do a lot of damage. We just leave them off safe, so we can't have that. Now, 8-bit is a really good mid because he can take out that entire grass, and Rico can hit the spots where 8-bit can't, so they can't hide if we're both attacking from the spot. Now, I just keep the Bull off the safe because I don't want him to go. and I scalped that Colette, and she just used super, but I end up taking out. I don't end up taking out, but I end up helping. So we're pretty much pushing them back a lot. We're actually doing a really good job. That Spike tanks those things, and I use my super here, and I end up getting taken out by the Colette and the super, but two of them are still in the safe, and I come back, try to take out that Bull and Spike. They're coming back, and they're pushing us really hard right here, and using super for the thing, but it ends up getting taken out, and I do end up taking out everybody here with the help of Tick, and we end up winning just like that with good defense, and it was pretty good. So alright, so that was game number 9. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, so heading on to the final game here, they pretty much have a mirror match for us, except they don't have a Tick, they have a Jessie, so that might be a little bit of a problem here. As you can see, I'm starting off here by letting off mid, but me and Tick let the BB go as I'm trying to fight that Jessie, and I can see it's 2 and 2 on the safe. Now we're all in the safe here. We're doing a lot of damage actually here, and the Jessie's really having trouble defending us, as you can see, and they're still going in. Rico with the super bouncing in the safe, doing a lot of damage. As we tank the turret there, and then we just finish off the match like that. And that is the last game to 800 trophy Rico there, and that was the final push there. So yeah, so that is 800 trophy Rico. So if you liked the video, please subscribe and like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next push.